with you in a second. There's some other people coming in. How's it going? It's been a little while, but I know where to pick up. I'll jog your memory for you. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to Grimm's. I'm Grimm. Thanks for sticking around with us all the way up to episode 5 of our Ravnica-themed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition campaign. We've got some regulars who've shown up at the bar today. We've got Chris, we've got Saren, Faithful Lisa, and questionable Mark.
That's accurate. That is very accurate.
Awesome. Not only do we have these guys in the bar with us today, but we also have our lovely sponsors. They are boop, 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 boop all over. You guys can see them all scrolling around. And if you can't see these guys' logos all over the screen, well, then we've got their descriptions for you down there. Their links down in the description. That's right. Give them a look. They're amazing. We also have a special sponsor because they give us these lovely packs of mystery dice.
Mystery dice time!
Arcana Vault.
This is my favorite part of any game we do.
So far,
No, despite the dice.
despite what logic says, these random things are constantly getting better and better and better with each one.
Mystery pack.
Oh, these are so cool! Oh my god, these are druid dice right here. They got like autumn leaves in them and they're green and lush. Ooh.
I want green
Or there's
dice,
like
guys.
slimy camo kind of dice. That's freaking awesome. That's so good. And the thing is whenever I get nice new fancy dice, I have to give my old nice fancy dice away to the best player from the previous episode. And I gotta say, I think that goes to the actress, acrobat, musician extraordinaire who blew up the creature after vaulting over one person, tumbling over another, sliding into the corpse of another person. That's going to Lisa.
Yay, Lisa!
So check out
These
these
the galaxy
old
ones.
dice.
wow.
That's pretty.
And these.
The heck? These are amazing.
Oh, yes, I love these ones. Thank you.
Oh, it's not like a glitter. It's actually like little leaves.
Oh, those are neat.
These are perfect for a spore druid.
Yeah, actually.
Literally,
Wow.
there's spores
You have the
everywhere.
cool bone ones, though.
I could have
love
food.
those.
Those are really cool.
You gotta earn them.
That's amazing. Where the heck
Is it this
Sweet.
episode or anything giving away?
No,
Next one.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna have some extras.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler, mute the microphone so no one can hear what they will.
So I will line these up like a goofball, as I always do. But now that we've got our character introductions and our sponsors out of the way, we can move into our recap of the last episode. So, in the last one, you guys woke up in your own custom apartments given to you guys by the Council of the True Pact so that you guys can stay comfortable, well kept, safe, given everything that you could require in order to carry out their will. You guys woke up, decided that there are some things that these guys can't quite provide for you, and you were looking to really gear yourselves up and prepare for your coming assignments, so you decided to take a trip down to the Undercity to go and visit Endavarius' mother, who specializes in armor smithing. She is not a farmer. They don't have a farm.
Right. They're better than that.
Yeah. So you guys were going to take a trip down there. You met the lift operator, Flender the Goblin, who, despite his best efforts, was actually going slow enough that you guys didn't just take the head off of someone sticking out there telling you to stop, and you guys managed to grind that thing to a halt and follow her towards her rot farm, where some Mitmen, people who work as part of the guards for them down in the Undercity, they were retreating from some different monsters. You guys managed to save them and bring the fight back to those creatures and completely and utterly destroy them. And that's where we pick up, is with you guys in the Undercity, in these kind of sewer-like environments, in the wreckage of a battle that you have just won.
Well, I don't want to say that was all me, but I think I did a pretty good job. And you did good with the flipping too.
Thank you.
And good job dying. That was great.
I did more than die.
You got
Yeah.
smushed.
Did you see? I blew up something and then I did get smushed, but still, like, I blew
It was
up.
great.
That was amazing. How are you feeling?
Well, last thing I saw was two big hunking fists crushing my whole body, but other than that,
I thought you were dead for good.
Yes, you look pretty dead.
I looked dead. I felt pretty dead.
Yeah.
You guys realize pretty quickly why she looked so dead is because that healing power of yours, it can restore all kinds of weird and wonderful injuries done to the biological form. Broken bones, snapped, reset in an instant. She looks terrible because her whole rig is just mangled. She is still looking twisted and bent out of shape. The gauntlet is like crackling with arcane energies. Turbines are kind of exposed to the air.
I'll take a step back.
Yeah, her side shave, her hair is kind of sticking up out to the side. The glass is dangerously fractured at the back end. The whole thing is like twisted and bent. It's not looking good.
Is that gonna be okay? Do you need to fix that up? Maybe a little mending on that?
I have mending, but I don't. I keep on mending it. But it'll look like this. It'll probably spark a lot more, but I'll just see what I can do.
Yeah, that is going to be an involved fix. Mending is great for simple things. You've broken some pottery? Yeah, stick those two pieces back together. Your rig is not a broken piece of pottery.
Plus, I have to use my rig to do the mending, so it's kind of like...
There's also that. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes,
Shadow my... yeah.
whenever you go to roll on your dice for wild magic to see if you have a surge, you are also going to roll a d4 and subtract that from your d20. And if that equals a 1 or a negative, then you're rolling on that table.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay, turning into a flower pot. Yay, losing all my hair.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Awesome.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. It's great.
So all the corpses around us are burnt up and...
One of them was just shotgun blasted all over you guys. You're covered in mushroom bits and folds and stinking garbage, and it's all over the place. There was the one that the Mitzmen like had kind of diced and hacked up, and they're kind of working on setting fires to destroy these things.
Okay.
Do you want to do something with them?
Yeah. I will ritual cast detect poison and disease and just tell them to hold on a minute. Let me see if there's something I can use off of these things.
They kind of look at you. They look at the ground with the moss, little tendrils of it kind of searching out, but they go, we've pretty much got this, yeah. Go ahead and do what you want.
When he casts that, I'm just going to hold out that little wrapped gift that I got before I left and see if anything pops up. The little eyeball.
Oh, you put the rotten eyeball there?
Yeah, I just want to put it in the wake of his casting to see if it does anything, because I don't really understand what this thing
I'll
is.
detect it if it's within 30 feet.
Okay, I'll just hang out within 30 feet and like...
Yeah.
All right. As you cast Detect Poison and Disease, this place kind of thrums with it just at the edge of your senses in the background. Quite a bit of the local, natural, common flora and fauna of this place is, one bad brush from poisoning someone. There are different degrees of severity. Really, some of these are mostly going to amount to a numbing agent. Some of them itch terribly. Some of them will cause a little bit of necrotizing, almost as if from like a spider bite. It's all over this place. This is the Undercity. This
I'll
whole
be here
place.
a while then.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm just going to go. I'll have something there. I'll get my little knife out, cut off a little piece of something I need. And...
I would say you don't find anything choice, like anything military grade, but you can get a whole bunch of little snippets of different things.
Okay.
Awesome, yeah. I'm going to have you actually do either nature or medicine or sleight of hand.
Survival.
To see how you... What's that?
Survival? So I know what plants are good, what plants are bad.
Yes. You know what? Apply... Yeah, that would work as well. It all depends on your approach to it, right?
Yeah.
So if you can have that make sense in your head, then go for it.
Inspiration. 15.
15 is good enough. Yeah, you start kind of grabbing some of these things. Some of them you want to keep alive, so you have these little mini terrariums with you that have soil and gunk and garbage that you're kind of patting into the bottom. So you take the whole mushroom and kind of pop it in there. Other ones you just kind of milk.
Does my eyeball glow? Oh, I didn't see it, would I?
No, the eyeball lacks poison,
Okay.
or it is suffering from the disease that is death. But it is a dead, rotten eyeball.
Could you grow anything from this?
Yes, I surely can. Yeah, I'll just pop it in my little jar there.
Here you go. I'll put the eyeball in there.
And then I'll sprinkle a couple little spores on there and just seal it up, see what grows.
If anything great comes from that, we'll just use that to get a bit of a split.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
give it-
make a poison from that or something.
Something. I don't know what an eyeball would do.
Give it a couple days. Who knows? We'll see what comes of it.
grows.
We'll see what the DM decides it could possibly be.
All right. Actually, as far as things to sprinkle on it, did you want to take some of that reaching kind of animate moss and put that in the container with the eyeball?
Yes.
All right. So you take a good solid container, one that you could hit with a hammer in the thing, unless it's perfect, it won't shatter. You kind of put the eyeball in there, scoop up that bit of moss and put it in, and it just wraps around. And you can see like little root systems kind of getting into that thing. And a little eye is kind of
interesting.
moving around. You can tell that this eye cannot see, but it is animate and moving.
I tell it can't see.
Well, these creatures don't see normally. It's almost entirely magic that allows them to perceive the world. They see the mana flowing through things. In the same way that their dead limbs shouldn't work, but they do, the dead eyes shouldn't see, but they do. Something allows them to.
Cool.
Disconnected from the eyeball entirely. Yeah.
Nice.
Weird little lore lesson on necromancy. All right. So you guys are kind of picking up different mosses and doing all kinds of goofy stuff, and you're kind of helping them. And what are you guys up to?
I'm just playing some music,
Nice.
making everyone feel a little bit happier after that encounter.
Just doing a song of rest.
Sure, yes.
That would definitely
I
do
will
it.
definitely be doing one of
Yeah,
those
you
for
guys can get a short rest here for sure.
What is it, 96?
And the people here really appreciate it. The elf of deep shadow, she introduces herself to you as Amelia, and she thanks you so much for everything that you guys have done. She kind of takes you guys close and gives you a very careful kiss on each cheek. She's just so happy to have her farm back, and this should last for some time.
1d6.
And the soldiers, they thank you deeply for everything that you guys have done. And your music that you're playing is just whatever nervousness they felt, whatever shame they might have felt at retreating, or any kind of bad emotions just kind of melt away, and they just allow themselves to be lost in the fact that in the end it was a victory.
Nice.
They're alive, those creatures aren't, and you know, they've helped out this elf kind of keep her livelihood here.
Nice.
And, yeah, so they kind of share things around with you, and they actually hand out some different coins and things like that.
Nice.
You guys,
Sweet, thank you.
yeah, you guys talk to them for a little bit, but
Did they hand out some coins?
yeah, they kind of give you guys about five copper zibs each, just as like
Oh,
a
wow.
token of gratitude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rich is working one of them lifts. That's great.
You know that like that gift of 5 copper zibs is kind of ceremonial in nature, just because they put it in like this circle to represent the mandibles and face of the beetle of the Golgari Guild.
Yeah, 5 silvers would work just as well.
Do you say that?
Yes, I do.
Eat it.
Yeah, as they kind of look between each other and like, I mean,
You only saved all your lives.
do
What's it worth to you?
so
Oh my god.
yeah, they talk amongst themselves, and they kind of come up with some of the coinage, and even the elf of deep shadow, as she looks at them with like 4 silver coins on them and 1 copper, she kind of reaches in and puts another one there. Yeah, so you end up with 25 copper
That's more like it.
coins. Yeah, because there's a 25 copper zib.
Just gonna look
or
at 'em.
silver zib.
What, you special or something?
I thought that'd be for all of us.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Just holding on to our money then.
Go get yours.
They don't have that much on them.
Fine, I'll pass you all a silver.
Sweet.
I will take my silver and I will give it back to one
Yeah,
of them.
I'm gonna walk up to the one that I saved and hugged and just give it back.
I will also give it back to him.
No, why even try?
These are hardworking people. You don't just take their
Yeah.
money.
We're not.
Yeah, we got paid.
We saved them.
We survived.
Yeah.
They're a part.
You can see that the only thing that's really keeping this civil is the calming effect of first your music and then your guys' kind of charitable act that really blunts the kind of the faux pas that just kind of happened there. It's it's entirely meant to be a symbolic gesture, like a rich person hands over 5 copper. But so they feel a lot better when you guys kind of reciprocate that, and they get a lot more talkative with you guys, and you guys have a good little sit down and a rest.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like a better person.
I'll have a little break here. It's like midday.
Yes, yeah, it has taken you guys some time, so it is about just before noon. By the time you guys have sat down and started to eat this stuff and taken your short rest, by the end of that hour in your lunch, noon has passed, it's come and gone.
Go back to the pretender.
Awesome. You guys start heading back through. Those soldiers, they let you guys know as you're leaving that they're just going to go back with her, kind of secure the area, kind of repair some of the damage that's been done to her spot. But as soon as that shift's over, I mean, the least they could do is kind of spread that good word. Whatever they didn't give you in terms of coin, on that front, they'll make sure that people will pay it forward to you in the future. You notice that they kind of are looking at you guys and not the Golgar as they say this.
It's fine.
But
3 + 1.
yes. But they head off, and
He's getting more money than us this time.
generally it's a happy time. You guys did a good thing for these people. It was a crap situation. You rescued them from it. Until you start kind of retracing your steps back through. Andavarius is really, really useful on this little trip because without her to kind of guide you back, you're mostly counting on him to navigate this maze and avoid sinking pit traps, carnivorous plants, things that kind of fill the area with deadly spores that you breathe in and they start to grow in your lungs. Andavarius actually saves your lives a couple times over each as he just kind of casually goes, oh, that'll kill us. And he just kind of gets you up, down, around.
And Various, real quick, is there anything around here that will put somebody to sleep?
Oh yeah, there is actually. Let me see. I open up my book of notes. Actually, there is the nightcap.
Did you see any nightcap?
Go ahead and...
Let me point some notes to him. Perception? Investigation?
Whatever you think appropriate for finding these mushrooms.
Perception.
Yeah,
Look
just
around.
to see
Can I
them.
give him
You can
aid?
identify them. Yeah, you can.
I'll describe.
Yeah, you
what they
describe
look
it and I'll
like.
look around for it with my awesome perception.
It's actually a very dark, kind of spotted mushroom that usually hangs upside down, like a stalactite.
All right.
Look for something like that. You can roll 2. You just roll.
Oh, I
five.
just got to roll 2. All right. In that case, let's see what I got. That's a 5.
I got a 15.
Plus a 5's a 10.
Go figure. He goes to touch a mushroom and you're like, no, that one is useless to us, but it will take your fingers off. You'll lose those.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you go,
thank you.
This shade of black, they're the same shade of
They're
black.
identical looking.
Especially in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah. And Avarius, you managed to find a couple instances of nightcaps. Since you're paying attention over the course of your journey, you get 2 good specimens.
Yeah, delicately with my tongs and my little knife, cut little pieces.
Excellent.
They're
Not
in.
with your hands.
I have gloves. You
He's
got, like,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. There
Okay.
you go.
All right. And for the rest of the drive, I'm going to use one of those specimens to, not to sleep. I'm going to take my flask, and on the side that I don't drink from, I'm going to rub it along the lip line of the flask because the cork goes in and doesn't touch it. So that way, if anyone drinks from the wrong side.
A gambler he is.
I'm very aware of my own
Really
flask.
don't want someone to drink
It's
your
my
flask.
flask.
All right.
No, just if someone decides to take my stuff or like steal my body or like do something.
Okay, awesome. So you've got some kind of essence of nightcap rubbed onto the one side of your flask. Awesome.
Cap it.
Interesting.
You never know. Sometimes you gotta be diplomatic, right? Give someone a little drink as a sign of faith. Well, if you get in a bit of trouble with someone and say, hey, let's just have a drink, eh? And then you know.
to never have a drink with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be saying a lot of this out loud, but either way, I'm always thinking,
It's not intended for us. That's
never,
probably.
Sure.
I
Wouldn't
hope
drink
it
from
is
your
not intended
never.
for
I
us.
wouldn't give you guys my
Probably
drink.
forget about this.
Awesome. And
One
it's right about this time where some light, some normalcy starts to kind of return to this environment. You are able to see a lot clearer
Yay.
as light beams start pouring their way through the windows and sometimes just the broken masonry of the lift that Flender is going, yep.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Funny.
What?
Hi.
Flender, is it all ready to go?
As ready as it'll ever be.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's
Alright.
ready enough to go down.
Okay.
Go.
Ready before?
It's a good point. Yeah, don't kill us. Yeah, ha ha. Ha ha.
We're all hopping back on the cart, right?
Yeah.
And,
I'm gonna hold
Yeah.
tightly onto
I'll just
Flender
stand
again.
adjacent to the cat in case something happens that I gotta jump off again.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
that's why I'm holding very tightly onto Flender again.
Yeah, gonna brace myself with the cat, maybe.
All right.
Go down.
Sure, we'll be fine.
So you guys kind of pile onto the lift, get in your positions, and you can see that there's no like actual braking system that's stopping you guys from moving right now. It's the fact that you guys dug the front of the ramp into the wall.
Good.
So he goes, "Gah!" And he's pretty much just knocking you guys free of it. Just "Gah! Gah!" And you immediately start to drop down, flying down. The wind's going by different spots. You slow down, bumble and jumble until, and it just. You hear like these deflating. There are these giant 4 mushrooms that are down there that kind of puff themselves up to these huge sizes, and it just. And they get all floopy and droopy, and they kind of squish out to the side. But it slows your descent, absorbs a lot of that shock, and. All right.
We've arrived.
So
We didn't die,
my
so
God.
that's definitely a bonus.
I mean, I don't want to die either, so.
That's the first step to success, I believe, is not dying. I'm gonna teach you that lesson, by the way. First step to success is not dying.
Oh no, you died.
I didn't die.
She didn't die.
3 times so far.
She's okay, it's fine.
I'm fine.
She's learning.
You know, yeah.
Learn better.
Hey,
That's good advice too. So learn better.
He said
Stop
first part
dying.
don't die.
That's all right.
I know, but I did.
Don't
I
piss
did
off the
awesome.
big beast at your
I
feet.
I did awesome stuff too. I blew up a beast.
You were
Sure
amazing.
did. You were great.
Yeah,
Just try not to die next time, maybe.
I'll try.
Yeah.
This
first-
is great,
Yeah.
but I just want more money. You didn't damage my lift.
Yeah. I'll give him a. Actually, I'm gonna reach into that sack that I found during like the first like game. No. What coins did I find during Zeralia's performance back like the other day?
Silver Zib, 2 Electrum.
Okay.
So that's
Tightening that back up and putting that away. I'm gonna give him 2 copper.
125 copper.
Gonna give him a copper.
Yeah, you give him a copper.
Nice, nice.
I'm going to just. I'm not going to give him money because that was terrifying. But I'm going to just like.
No money for
stroke,
you.
I'm just going to stroke his ear and say thank you for the riding goblin, and then walk away.
That'll do. That'll do.
And he kind of puts his ears out to you next. He's like,
That was the most fun I've had all day, and I'll give him a hug.
just kind of
Way better.
grabs
you,
onto the back of
Flender.
you. Yeah, you can feel him like fiddling around
Yeah,
with your
he's,
back,
like,
and you're like,
perfect.
no.
He's like
that comes out
perfect.
what I wanted
But
to.
like,
Push him away a bit. That's good. Thank you, Flender.
perfect.
Alright.
butt height.
Hey, hey, you. Give me money.
Right.
You
can give him a
25
hug, too.
silver.
Yeah, he actually made more than all of us. Isn't it great how wealthy you are?
I'll give him 6 copper. Here, have her fixed up, please, and get this thing running again
Oh, it always does. All right.
smoothly.
So he kind of looks around, and he starts like pulling on the edge of like these deflated mushrooms, and he's just like grabbing some of them. You can see him start to attach them like deployable parachutes to the top of his lift, and he's like, oh, kind of slapping all these things on together. But yeah, he takes it to heart. That's the most money you guys have given him in a while.
Nice.
All right,
For
Annabelle.
repairs.
That's generosity right there.
Annabelle is ready and rearing to go, so you guys can hop onto the carriage and start driving through the Undercity.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. This is something of what it looks like. That lift that you guys actually fired down. There's still some natural light that makes its way down into Deadbridge, especially since it's noon. It kind of gets into there. Technically, the first layer of Deadbridge is still surface level, but there is a lot of stonework that kind of blocks out the vast majority of it and allows funguses and things to grow. People tend to them like they would their flower gardens. People seem to take a great deal of pride in their trash pile that kind of hangs off of their windowsills. You can see all kinds of people out here living normal lives. You guys think it's completely odd and alien, except they're going through the same motions you guys are.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
This is beautiful. Little
Very
stinky,
interesting.
but it's all right.
Very refreshing from being up there.
Yeah, this
I
is
didn't
way better.
expect there to be so many people.
Yeah. All kinds of people down here. What do you think? What do you think keeps the city running?
Well, everyone up there mostly.
Don't know.
There's more Undercity than there is Surface City, a hell of a lot more. And the Golgari can count themselves amongst the most numerous in terms of membership for all 10 guilds. Mm-hmm.
How
so
long
you
does
guys-
it take to get to your house?
A couple hours.
Yeah. A few hours at most. And
At most.
the road really does help because instead of stonework all the way, it's been replaced in part with mushrooms. And you can see that there are people who kind of stand guards at either side. And these are glow spore shamans or the like, people who have the spark of magic in them. And so they can, with a mental prodding, kind of have these things deploy or inflate so that a bridge that was gone a second ago fills in so that you can ride across it, and it
Nice.
bounces. It's soft on the
Wow.
feet, and you've
This
got
is
good
nice.
grip.
How quick is Annabelle going?
Annabelle's going faster than you've ever seen her. Having to claw and scrabble at the cobbles is kind of tough, whereas this, her claws can kind of sink into the soft mushroom caps, and she's tearing it up.
How high are we from the pit?
From the deep pit, you're maybe 100 or so feet.
Up. Right, and how wide is this?
The bridge is
Bridge?
maybe 20 feet wide,
Okay.
enough for 2 carts abreast. You guys are the only traffic that's going the one way, coming from the surface down. That's far rarer traffic, is people coming from up down here. But you can see that someone is like jogging the other way, and they're just like boing, boing, boing,
When I
like
see-
jogging way faster than they would
When I
normally
see
be
them
able to.
doing that, can I get out of the car and just start like hopping along?
And walk like you're a tall person.
Yeah.
Your movement speed goes from 25 to a normal 30.
Yay!
Doink, 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 as you
But
just
we're getting away on the car.
I want to get back in the cat.
if they get too far away, then I'll just cast Expeditious Retreat and double it.
Nice.
Do you
Nice.
have big mushrooms at your house we could
And a
jump
D4.
on for fun?
I'm good.
Nice.
17, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you
Do
guys
you?
start making your way deeper into the Undercity. This place is actually surprisingly well maintained. The surface dwellers here, you guys have heard that all of the trash, all of the crap, the waste, the sewage just piles up down here. And while, yes, this place does process a lot of it, and they can make use of it, the fact that they want to make use of it efficiently and they have the help of, is it infrastructure? It's really not so bad as you might think. To you guys, it is a powerful odor. It bubbles and like tangily cloys into the back of the nostril and kind of creeps its way into the to tickle the throat.
Nice.
It's like a flower shop gone wrong.
Guys.
But for you, this is nice and warm and welcoming and humid. Your armor is actually happy. You can tell that the
Yeah,
things
it
that make up
unfurls
your
a little bit.
Yeah, to soak it in.
some of that
Wait, are we
moisture
getting
and
close?
About halfway there.
I feel like maybe we should just have some music or something. While we wait. We got about another
Would you
hour
like
to go.
me to play something, or would you like to do your beautiful
Well,
underarm
if you
noises?
insist.
No, that's
Oh,
all right. No, you go ahead, play your violin. Maybe you guys could play together. Let's see.
Yes, we can play
Does it work?
together. How does it sound?
He does a performance, you do a performance.
18.
15.
I'm better than you are.
Ooh.
It's not so much that you're the better performer, it's that when you fart, somehow you do one motion down and multiple farts occur, but you realize it's because the environment around you is going.
For people just listening to the audio, by the way, that is an armpit fart.
Oh, yes.
If anyone doesn't get video footage of this, it is me making armpit noises with my hands.
Yeah, and with all of the kind of background noise of this kind of incessant droning, buzzing, clicking, whirring of all of these uncounted trillions of things living and dying all over around you, it's almost drowning out your nice melodies. So you're competing with something, whereas he's just more farts. So he seems to take
I'll
precedence.
be bouncing along to all the fart noises and all the little tunes and stuff to try
Nice.
to make it
That's
more.
pretty good. I enjoy it for the ride.
That's good. All right, and
Awesome.
we get there, I guess.
Yeah, as you guys entertain yourselves, you know what? You guys have done some good stuff, and you're really kind of getting to know each other and jive as a group. A lot of you guys get inspiration. Considering what you've faced and how well you've kind of kept yourselves together, rolled with those punches, gone out of your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys feel good in each other's company.
Nice.
Don't forget it.
I have it on my D&D Beyond
Put it
mark.
on your thing right here.
Yes,
Little
it does
button.
have its own
D&D
icon,
Beyond.
which is awesome.
Okay, but you're still gonna forget that it says that. That's okay.
You can't just slap me in the face and tell me you have
That's right.
inspiration.
I'll remind you when you roll poorly.
But yeah, so as you guys are getting to kind of know each other in a little bit more of a carefree environment, as a little goblin humanoid half-breed mix is going into his farting, you guys come across something that looks decidedly ungarbage-like. And before you thought, this is nature gone rotten, you guys come to a wall, and the stone constructed part of it has failed. All of the ingenuity and craftsmanship of, Orzhov stoneworkers being placed down here is nothing compared to a little bit of rotten musk. It's falling apart, but in place is something better, stronger, livelier. It heals itself, it replaces itself. It has its own defensive mechanisms. It has these vibrant colors. Some of them fan out and furl and wobble. Other ones kind of wiggle and move. Some of them glow bright, and it's a whole light show, a smelling like this
A
whole
lot of things to
bouquet
take
comes
in
out.
here.
You get to the wall that marks the exit or the barrier of your mother's estate. And there are these kind of, the gate that covers it are these plated kind of mushroom blades that come out and cover inside.
Well, this is it. We're here. My home.
Beautiful home.
Wow, there's so many mushrooms.
Big home.
Yeah.
This is great. Do
Kind
we
of a
just
running theme. Yeah?
go in through a window, then you can open the door?
Yeah, I just want to prepare you first.
Oh,
We will be meeting with Lady Feldara, my mother.
Yeah.
do we address her as Lady Feldara?
Yes, you must.
Okay.
If you do not want to incur her wrath.
Oh God.
The friendliest or nicest of people. She may play it that way, but
I'm sure she's
just leave your
lovely.
guards up.
Based on my checking her out and hunting him down for a while, would I have noticed anything about her that I could use to make a good impression? Or not make a horrible one, but maybe something that I've seen her do that I could like.
History?
You know when you go to like
Yes.
an
Yeah.
interview? Yeah, you go to like an interview, you see a guy with like a fishing trophy, like, yeah, so I went fishing last week. And the guy's like, oh, I went fishing too. Like that kind of thing.
So your insight is spot on, and you've done it enough, but now it's a matter of remembering it. So go ahead and roll a history.
Oh, it's a 19 that rolled to a 9, but that's okay. Still plus 3. So I got 12.
You've
Not the
cleared
thing
it
I want to use it on a 13 for someone that I've been investigating.
So you know that the part of her estates that provides the raw materials that she then works with to produce her armor is a little bit of a no-go. You know not to really bring that side of the
Okay.
business up. It's the pride and joy of the man of the house, the current one anyway.
Yeah.
Man. But it's very much like he just kind of
Okay.
shears the sheep and dyes the wool. She's the one that makes the beautiful clothes out of it. She's the weaver that kind of makes it all into something more.
Perfect.
So
Good enough.
that's what you can kind of stick with to please her.
Got a blank stare there. You think of something?
No, I was just thinking in my head by myself
Really where?
where I'm alone.
Thanks.
Sometimes I think out loud, comes out my mouth, not my head. Probably not the best idea.
Like right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I talking too much for you? Fine, I'll just stay here and be quiet. How about that?
That sounds really good. Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm not sure which I'm more worried about. If I or if you'd laugh.
I'm gonna make a really creepy, like, smoldering face.
Not the smolder.
Oh god, let's get inside.
just try to be on your best behaviors. Don't overstep, and maybe don't speak at all.
Good advice.
Right?
All right.
Here we go.
A pulse of green mana kind of floods into this small, very hidden, extremely little, tiny cluster of spores, and it releases itself out directionally towards the door. And as those spores kind of get received into the kind of membrane of the fungus, it kind of folds in on itself and pulls itself out of the way. The gate is open, and with the gate open and you guys starting to move through those front doors, you can see that there are a pretty sizable amount of cleared flat terrain where people are hard at work kind of dumping fresh, like nutrient-rich, decomposing soil all over it to kind of feed these mushrooms. There are far more dedicated, organized boxes where some of the things that you've started working on that your father has been teaching you to work with, those are more skilled shamans and druids who are working amongst those. Yeah, so you guys pull through and you can see surveying all of this, kind of pacing nervously back and forth, is a very tall, kind of whip-thin Dev Kareen elf. Lady Feldara is overlooking her grounds and her operation, but something seems wrong.
How far is she?
She's only about 50 feet away as you start trundling towards her, and with the door open, she looks in your direction and immediately stops her pacing.
Hello, Mummy.
Mummy.
Hello, Andavarius. My son. Generally, one would refer to someone in a position of authority by their title in front of guests. I see you've brought some surface dwellers.
I'm gonna get down on one knee and bow my head and just stay there in that position, not say anything.
Yeah.
Bow, curtsy.
Hey,
Interesting that the half-demon you've brought into my home is the last one to show their manners, but
well,
the rest of them, welcome.
I'm
welcome.
working there. I've just actually been assigned to work with these interesting people from, yes, the Guild Pact.
Very good, Andavarius. I see that you're starting to get along, get places in the world, so these people are serving you.
Right, so I was pretty surprised that they picked me. Do you have anything to do with that?
No, one does not
Insight.
implicate one's mother in bribery and such. Not in front of others.
I'm good at deception. Can I do an insight too?
Yeah, you can do an insight.
I only got 11.
17 plus 1, I think.
Good at insight.
18. She's lying. I just want to know that she's lying.
You guys are kind of on par here in terms of what you're seeing.
Oh, that's okay.
You probably figure that her talking about it was something that she's done. Money, it's so crass. No, money doesn't have to change hands. And what's wrong with talking about it? You're allowed to ask about openings. Yeah, nothing illegal there. Yeah. But anyway, your mother kind of looks at you and goes, well, if you have been given ownership of this guild pack of your own, that's wonderful news because something is not quite right. If I could speak to you privately, Andavarius.
Yes,
Would you take my hand,
of
please?
course, Mummy.
Excellent. You lot can just stand here if you'd be so kind.
Still kneeling.
By the way, don't touch the mushrooms over there. They will kill you.
What?
Okay.
Come. And she kind of takes like your arm in hers, and for you, she's quite tall. She's like a full foot above you, and she starts kind of walking away from the bunch of them. And as soon as you're outside of earshot, she goes a respectable distance away. She goes, "They could have been left outside the gate, don't you think?"
Yes, sorry. They require some armor, and I thought that maybe we could borrow some so we could better stay alive.
I see. You want that for yourself and your friends?
Yes. I know you
Normally-
have a lot here. There's stuff just sitting in the storeroom at the back.
I don't make it in bulk, Andavarius. You know I don't like when people say that. I make them
But
to the person. It's all custom fit.
you can tailor them. But
I understand what tailoring is, and I know that it's fully within my means of doing it.
I'm reading lips. This isn't going very well, by the way.
You pretty much catch that pretty much every question Andavarius asks, if she took it the right way, it'd just be like, yeah, sure. But she feels like you're just... So
All
yes,
right.
you know that she does have spare armor. You know that it is extremely easy for her to remove this and put that there and shift it around.
I've
She's
seen her
just being
do it,
obtuse.
and I know she's just being her.
Being her.
All right, I guess we'll just go wear some other person's armor, and
Don't you dare.
Well, you don't leave me much choice here.
You aren't even a quarter of a century old. You have human blood in you. I have been in my prime for half a millennia now. Andavarius, behave yourself. Don't call me mummy in front of them. I like it, but not in front of the strangers. I'll get you your armor.
Thank you.
God.
Sorry.
She pops off a mushroom and redoes her makeup and touches things up. She keeps getting nervous around you and always gets frustrated.
She's so pissed.
She's always.
Are you just repeating everything she says to us? Like a
No, just the vibe of what's going on.
Okay.
If, Andavarius, you would be so kind as to pretend to be a gracious host, and rather than leaving them there, actually offer them some kind of refreshment or something.
You wanted them left outside.
Yes, if they were left outside, then their needs wouldn't have to be seen to or considered. But since you've brought them in, devils and demons and such included, I guess we'll have
one
to
demon.
cater to them.
Devil and Demon is the same
You
person,
say just the
Mom.
one demon, and despite her powdering mushroom that absorbs the sweat, a little defiant dew bead pops itself out, the angriest little bead of sweat you've seen, and she just she starts to walk away. She starts snapping her fingers. She's pulling the strings of these puppets. People start answering to her whims. She starts asking them to go to this place, to fetch this. Don't go this one, go that size. That type isn't going to do based on what I've seen. She has already pretty much taken you guys in and fitted you guys already.
Hold on.
It's just something she can't help but do, is kind of take the whole of you in and kind of judge your physicality and just go, she would look good in this from me. So she starts getting to work doing what your mother does best.
All right, and I will come in bringing a tray of murky water.
I'm gonna parted my hair a little bit and clean myself
Is
up
this what you drink
while I'm
down
down
here?
there waiting.
Yeah. I'll take a drink. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to say
Okay.
I can't wear the armor?
I'm okay, thank you.
I'm just gonna go up there and be like, I can't wear this.
You're going to go up
Yeah,
to her?
if-
She's
if
going into her house?
fitting stuff. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
she was coming over to fit stuff to
I thought
us.
she was
No,
fitting
she
us
has
well.
already kind of taken in your heights, your measurements, and she's going in and
with
she's
her
fetching
eyes.
things.
Oh, okay, so we'll wait then.
Yeah, so
You're
you
gonna
bring
wait
over
disappoint her
some...
later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I bring you guys some crackers and
Murky water.
It's just
And
thinly
mushrooms.
sliced mushrooms that have been
Yes.
baked.
everything's
Sometimes
I'll
it's
get it.
molds.
I'll get
Sometimes
it
it's
and just
lichens.
put it under the table.
beetle legs.
Yeah, there are a lot of
Pretty good.
insectoid-based diets
Yeah.
down here.
Great.
But that murky water, it's filled with all kinds of minerals, and it's almost soup-like.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite
Very
hearty
healthy.
for people.
Oh.
Nice. And seeing as you eat
Drink it if it wasn't.
the best, and you're really pulling out all the stops, you guys each are going to get a D4 temporary hit points for the hospitality that he has offered.
Come on, 7.
And
4.
in that time, your mother, with servants in tow, returns kind of in full form with this big smile upon her face. She kind of strides, arms out, taking these long movements, emphasizing the length of her legs and the gracefulness of her figure. She kind of appears before you, imperious and regal, and
Oh, God.
waves her hands as each one of you is offered a different suit of fungal armor to fit. Now, she has provided something that is extremely light for you, and you realize that it's with no consideration to the fact that you're a caster. It's more to avoid getting in the way of your ghastly metallic device, but it will serve. Yeah, so you guys are all given one level of armor higher than you would normally have, as she kind of provides you with different things. And as she puts it on you, she does a pinch there, a prod there. You can tell that there's mana and energy kind of coursing from her fingers through the suits as things tighten up where they have to be. In a matter of an hour or so, you guys are all fitted. You, however, you don't just get clothing, but a bit better. You are her son, after all. And if she doesn't care for you, she at least cares for her part of her reputation that you represent. So for you, she gives something that looks lovely, beautiful, hardy, menacing, well-crafted, to the point. It hits so many buttons. It is an excellent design, and even you can see that. You've grown up around this armor. It's quite wonderful. So you end up with, you can wear medium armors, I believe?
Yes.
It's the highest class of medium.
I think it's split.
Or half plate, I believe. I think half plate counts as medium.
Nice. I'm still kneeling, by the way.
Nice. Let's have a little Golgari symbol, something family crest kind of thing.
Well-
Little badge like a Nike.
For you, it doesn't have the Golgari symbol. She wouldn't dare put that symbol on someone who isn't part of the guild. She wears it proudly on her clothing, but that would be overstepping herself to do that. Instead, you do have, it's almost like a stylized, like, shirt with these balloons kind of coming off of it. That's kind of your symbol.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's just having a blast with you, who's still kneeling
Yep.
there, and she just kind of puts her ever so light touch on you and raises you up.
Eyes down. I just wanted to say, the beauty that you create. I mean, I knew it must have come from someone beautiful as well, but I never expected. I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna go to get back down again. Oh.
And Devarius,
And my mom.
you could learn a lesson or two from this gentleman. Yeah, as she almost like bequeaths her armor upon you.
I'll sigh. Ah, yes.
Awesome.
In
You
your
guys
head, you
are
just start
all
thinking,
outfitted.
Why can't you be more like Vinny?
I'm gonna be that kid.
You are my son, and so you get the best. You are gracious in the extreme, and so I give freely unto you. You are a stranger, and yet
Keep
your
friends.
health is the health of my sons in the end. And I owe the Mitts a great deal, and their guild pacts, why they allow me to run the way I do. And so I give this to you out of a sense of duty to my community. And to you, I say,
I have been on my best Azoriously trained behavior while here.
yeah, so it's just the way you look. So she goes, I give what I can because I'm able to those who are needy.
That is so
Gives you
gracious
clothes.
of you. Thank you.
Accept it.
I
It'll
am
get
so
better.
needy.
Awesome. And now that you guys are all properly outfitted, she goes, Andavarius, please please, if you would join me for a moment while these people adjust themselves to the clothing.
Yes, Lady Feldara.
And she puts her hand out and takes you so much more warmly. And she kind of takes you aside again and goes, there is another reason I'm giving them my wares.
What is it?
A sense of duty would not compel me to give any of my things away for free.
I thought that was a bit odd.
Yes, I don't give a shit that man bowed for far longer than was actually appropriate. And devil girl or not, you need this armor. Something's wrong. Your father left. He left yesterday, and he should have come back, but...
Papa?
Yes, your papa.
He's missing.
He's missing.
Where? Which way did he go?
Well...
We'll go find him.
That will be up to your finely trained senses to follow. You know he loves leaving his little trail of spore crumbs behind. You should be able to track onto him rather easily. I think know what he's getting up to. He could have something very valuable on him, and I would hate to see it get lost out there.
So, he went out to find something for you.
Yes.
What was it again?
He thought that there was some kind of thing that was promising, something self-replicating, but more than self-replicating, it was animated and animating simultaneously. He was able to do great things with vast tracts of undercity growths. He was thinking of using it for his farming, of course, but I was thinking self-adjusting, healing, replicating, directing armor. Imagine the wearer unconscious, and it can pilot them to safety. Imagine it shifts to the areas that are most likely to be damaged. I can make a fortune.
They could be dead for a while and still just walking about.
And Various, there are times where you make me so proud. She puts her hands on your face. So you do realize why you need to find what your father found, yes?
Do you want me to find him or just the mushroom thing?
Both?
She hesitates.
But mostly. We understand each other.
All right.
You can't carry everything, then, you know.
I suppose this thing has a name?
He doesn't tell me, and I don't care enough to ask.
Right.
So,
His father.
I
Do you
know
know which way he left, boy?
the servants could tell you. I didn't see him off the gates. I have important things that I do.
Was he on foot? Was he...
Yes, yes he
Riding?
was. No, the places that he was going to are difficult to navigate for anything of any substantial size. So he did have to go on foot.
We have to
He's a
go. We have to go
trooper.
save Papa.
Yes, and all that. All right. Very good. And Various, make me proud. People are watching, whether you realize it or not. The Mitz has its influence even up to here and to some place beyond even our estates. And just because someone doesn't look like they serve the Dimir doesn't mean that they don't. So be aware that you don't have that guild symbol on your armor yet. You are still being watched. So do me proud. Do other people proud.
I look around. Who's watching?
Me, just staring at you.
A guy that you know was selected by the Dimir, you're like, oh yeah, that fits. That works out.
He's our protector. Okay. Yeah, we'll be off. Let me just go to my room. Collect a few things for the road, and we'll be out of your hair.
Very good.
Thank you for the armor. It's fantastic.
You're welcome.
It's very protected.
And nothing gets in my hair that I don't want in there. And she just starts, she just turns away, and the conversation has ended as you're like, okay, bye, Mom.
See you later.
Awesome.
Is there a servant around?
There are many servants.
I'm going to speak just to them while a servant walks by, if I can time it right. She's like, yeah, it's so weird that she really wants people to start talking about that farm, that she's just all of a sudden really interested in that. I'm not sure exactly where that came from. I thought that was a big thing. No one really brings it up to her. It's really disappointing, actually. She gets really upset about it.
Aww.
Yeah. And then I'll wait till they're out of earshot, and then I'll go, never mind, just kidding.
Oh.
Gonna see if I can make the servant do a big no-no.
These servants have been here long enough that it would take a fantastical act of
Can I
deception.
try a fantastical act of deception?
You may try.
Oh,
Is that inspiration?
21.
21
21,
is
wow.
not fantastical.
You
It is
do have-
amazing. And
you have
yet,
inspiration.
a passing sentence is not enough to have people shoot themselves in the foot and get themselves
Fair
out of the job.
enough. I was so close to a natural 20, but
Yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna...
Undercity is a very unforgiving place to live, and this is a very nice place, nice, secure, and safe.
I'm gonna go up to my room where I got a few planters and I was growing a couple of things I was experimenting with, so maybe a couple of mushrooms.
Awesome. You grab about 4 different types. They are the types that you're actually.
Little bubble bump.
Yeah, you've got some bubble bump in there.
Alright, I'll pick another one just around.
Sounds like a rapper.
A Grandis Majora. I'll
Grandis
take
Majora
that.
would
That
be
looks good. Put it in a
excellent.
little jar.
Yeah. If you combine a Grandis Majora with the poison that you distilled from Grigory's own corpse, that could be quite a thing.
If I had time, but we have to save Papa.
Yes. All right.
Alright, so,
You okay?
guy, good? You drink? You fed?
Yeah.
Alright, my
yeah.
dad's missing.
What?
Yeah, no.
You know.
Yeah. He left a little while ago on foot, right?
Did he tell you?
I know everything.
Yeah.
Well, we should
No,
go
not
find
everything.
him.
Yeah. Where are we going?
Oh,
Does your mom know? Is your mom concerned?
yeah, she doesn't know. He just said he left, and he'd probably leave a trail of spores so we can, maybe we can find that.
Okay.
If you guys
Which
want
way
to help,
Of course.
I will definitely help.
really?
Which way?
Yes.
did he
Yeah,
go?
of course. I'm gonna look at one of the servants. Where did the guy go when he left his pop? Did he go, yeah, thanks.
She kind of points in one direction, and the Undercity is a labyrinth. So, pointing in a direction, you see like half a dozen sewers. Some of them are massive and like highway-like. Some of them are tiny and meandering. Then you've got pits, and then you've got the verticality of this place. So, her going that way kind of gets you in the right mind. It's actually more useful than you might have thought. To you, it's useless, but once you're on the right spot, you can actually pick out these spores. They're very temporary, quick blooming, so it's just sprinkled, and it would take a trained eye to see them that way, but your father has left a trail of mushroom crumbs.
Nice.
Little bloop, 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 bloop.
Gonna point.
Excellent
Alright,
work.
there. Alright, let's go.
I don't think you're the trained eye.
No, he's the trained eye.
But I don't see it when she points?
Once he points it out, then
Well,
you're like,
then-
aha.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm doing.
Whole episode.
Oh, perfect. Don't worry. We'll find your father.
Well, we better get going pretty quick. Who knows how far he's gone and what kind of trouble he's got himself into.
Why was he going out somewhere dangerous?
My mum requested that I go find some other strange foreign mold, I guess.
Your mom's really lovely.
He's always risking his life for her and gets not much in return, I tell you.
She has never once requested that he do a dangerous thing. He just knows that he ought to.
He knows what's up.
He will be eaten if not.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, so with Andavarius kind of keying into this spore trail, and between the two of you, once you notice it, you can kind of follow it as well, but you realize that it is not for an explorer of his caliber to leave something that links directly to him. After a certain point, the trail ends. But he seems confident and keeps moving forward.
How far are we going?
There are different trails, different spores, different types. All of them you've kind of keyed into at some point, almost like a combination of different things that he's spreading. So you keep kind of passing back and forth, and you stay on his trail. He's masked it as best he could, but to someone who knows him, you can find him. And hours pass. Annabelle is taken care of and left behind, and she's going to be cared for by the people who know her best.
Right.
Well, minus you, of course.
All right.
No one knows her quite like you.
And Gaston, my little wheel, is going to sit up top my mushroom cap as we reg through.
Oh god.
Yeah, keep an eye on our sticks.
Yeah, and this is a hike. You guys step off the beaten path, and unlike the surface city is all habitated and managed by people who care for it. They understand the value of what they've been given. There is just so much Undercity. Despite the number of people, there is too much of it. and it's too dangerous and wild for people to actually keep it cleaned up outside of their own little area of influence. And you realize that as soon as you kind of trek outside of the village that's built up at the base of the lift, it's hiking, it's sloshing, slogging, mires and sucking pools. Bugs whir and whiz all about you. They get into your nostrils, into your mouth as you breathe, into your ears. They're constantly in there. They flitter in your eyelashes. You are swatting away at these things. And this is not even the worst of it. That's just Ravnica for you.
What are you still doing here? We're closing up. You gotta get gone. I can resume again next time. I'll be on the lookout for you.
There is a place at the core of it all, where the tails and the glasses are equally tall. The chances you've heard one he hasn't are slim. Welcome to Grimm.